Hello everyone, I'm Mihoko. Let's enjoy learning about Japanese culture in a fun and easy way. The Pillow Book, or Makura no Soushi, is a collection of essays written by Sei Shonagon about 1,000 years ago, during aristocratic Heian period. She served Empress Sadako at the imperial court, and through her writings, we can glimpse the elegance of the court life, beautiful yet fleeting. Sei Shonagon had extraordinary eye for beauty, capturing the charm of nature and daily life with delicate sensitivity. In this video, I'll introduce 12 passages that show her refined sense of aesthetics. I hope they'll inspire you to bring a touch of that beauty into your own daily life and enjoy nature even more.
When you think of the four seasons, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, what do you find most beautiful about each season? Sei Shonagon asked herself the same question, but her answers were not so simple, such as cherry blossoms or autumn leaves. Instead, she chose subtle moments of light and sound that reveal her unique sense of beauty. They are the famous opening passages of the Pillow Book. In Japan, junior high school students study these as the classics. In spring, it is the dawn that is most enchanting. As the sun begins to rise, the sky along the mountain edges slowly becomes lighter and lighter. Thin clouds, tinged with a shade of purple, drift gently across, and the sight is filled with elegance. In summer, it is a night that is most fascinating. When the moon is shining, there is no need for words. Even on moonless nights, the countless fireflies flickering in the dark create a dreamlike scene, and the faint glow of just one or two drifting fireflies carries its quiet charm. On nights when fireflies drift, even falling rain has its own beauty. In autumn, it is the evening that is most moving. As the setting sun glows red along the mountain's edge, crows fly back to their nest, sometimes 3 together, then 4, then 2, then 3 again, hastening homeward, a sight with a quiet grace. Even more moving is the sight of the wild geese, flying in lines, appearing as tiny dots far off in the sky. When the sun has completely set, and the sound of the wind and the songs of insects rise in the darkness, the beauty is beyond all words. In winter, it is the early morning that is most delightful. When snow has fallen in the night, nothing could be more beautiful. The ground, pure white with frost too, is a lovely sight. And even when there is neither snow nor frost, the bitter chill of dawn, as attendants hasten to kindle charcoal fires and carry them from room to room for the braziers, has a charm that is truly of winter. But as the day goes on and the cold gradually loosens its grip, the charcoal in the brazier is left neglected, covered with white ash, and the special spell of the winter morning fades away. From the beauty of the seasons, she now moves to the pleasures of June. Next, she describes the joy of an outing in early summer. In the month of June, it's such a pleasure to ride out to the suburbs in an ox-drawn carriage. The grasses and streams stretch out in every direction, a deep and brilliant green. Passing along a stretch where the path runs long and narrow, the shallow waters below seem unwilling to ride still, splashing up at each step, of the attendants, a delightful sight. Where the road is lined with hedges, their branches thrust suddenly into the carriage. We try to catch and break them off, but they slip away as the carriage moves quickly on. How frustrating! When the wheels roll over leaves of mugwort, their fragrance drifts up with each turn, filling the air with a fresh, green scent. Truly, the season speaks for itself. From the lively scenes of early summer, she turns to a quiet autumn night at court. It was a bright, moonlit night, a little after the 10th of September. Empress Sadako sat gracefully in the room, while Lady Wukong played the Japanese lute for her. The other ladies in waiting chatted and laughed together, but I remained silent, leaning against a pillar on the veranda. "Why so quiet?" Empress asked. "Say something. The gathering feels lonely when you don't." "I'm just feeling the heart of the autumn moon," I replied. "Oh, as I expected of you," she said with a smile. And we gazed at the moon together. Leaving the court behind, she takes us into the brilliance of the moonlit outdoors. One moonlit night, we crossed a shallow river in an ox-drawn carriage. As the ox walked on, the water splashed upward, glittering as if fragments of crystal, bathed in moonlight, were breaking and scattering in all directions. It was a breathtaking sight. During her time, visiting temples and shrines and composing poems were important cultural practices. The next passage captures such a moment at Hase Temple. Around the 20th of October, I visited Hase Temple and stayed at a simple lodging. Exhausted from the journey, I immediately fell into a deep sleep. Late in the night, I awoke to find moonlight streaming through the window, falling in pale brilliance upon the kimono that people had been placing over their bodies. The sight moved me deeply. It is precisely at moments like this that one feels compelled to compose poems. In the next passage, she begins with a quiet autumn morning. The palace gardens glisten after a night of rain. What fascinates her most, however, may seem trivial or uninteresting to others, and she finds the thought amusing in itself. One October morning, after a long night of rain, the skies finally cleared. The morning sun streamed down, and the dewdrops clinging to the garden plants glittered, ready to fall at any moment. Across the lattice fences and eaves, the remnants of spider webs still held fast, their strands jeweled with raindrops that shone like strings of white pearls, a beautiful and mysterious sight. As the sun rose higher, the bush clover and other plants, heavy with last night's rain, bent under the weight of the dew. Each time a drop fell, the branches swayed and sprang back suddenly, as if touched by invisible hands. It was such a delightful scene. And yet, what moves me so deeply might seem completely trivial and uninteresting to others. The thought, too, is amusing. In the next passage, she turns to the palace gardens after a violent autumn storm, a scene both desolate and uniquely beautiful. On the day after a fierce storm, everything looks both heartbreaking and enchanting. The bamboo fences and lattice screens lie in a messy state, and the garden shrubs present a pitiful sight. Some tall trees have fallen and broken branches lie scattered across a bush clover and maiden flower, such a depressing scene. And yet, the leaves wedged into every opening of the lattice, as if carefully and deliberately arranged, seem hardly the random work of a raging storm. In the next passage, she turns her gaze to the pampas grass in the autumn fields. Her way of seeing pampas grass is unique. In the autumn fields, no grass is more enchanting than the pampas grass. Its crimson-tinged tips, glistening in the morning mist and swaying in the gentle breeze, present an unparalleled sight. Yet, by late autumn, it becomes a truly shabby sight. All the other autumn flowers, once blooming in a riot of colors, have vanished without a trace. And yet the pampas grass remains, its head turning shaggy and white, all the way into late winter. Unaware of its withered state, it sways in the wind as if recalling its former glory. There is something of the aged person in its faded form, and perhaps it is just the similarity which evokes a sense of pathos, a quiet sorrow in those who look upon it. In the final passage, she turns to winter, capturing the quiet charm of snow and the warmth of companions gathered around a brazier. Snow is most beautiful when it falls lightly without accumulating. Yet, evenings when deep snow piles high are also splendid. It's great to gather with a few like-minded friends in a corner of the room, chatting around a brazier. As night falls, we leave the lamps unlit, and in the hazy white glow of the snowlight, we idly stir the ashes with our fire tongues, sharing stories of things that moved us or made us laugh. It's such a delightful time. Thank you for watching the video Eye for Beauty of the Pillow Book.